Welcome to the Real Estate Wealth Formula. Today's video is to go over the program goals and also how the structure of the program works. Now, our goal is to not just teach you the formula, because that is just one aspect of it. There is understanding the knowledge and understanding the formula, but it's much more powerful to go out there and be able to take action, go out there and implement it, to go out there and change your life. So our goal is to not only teach you the formula, but go out there and create a custom plan with our Property Llama software so you can go out there, track, model, and optimize your portfolio to go out there and achieve your real estate goals. And part of my goal with this program here is to keep it jam-packed with information, but also brief and to the point. I'm busy, you're busy, so I'm just going to keep jumping into the details. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Chris Lopez, and I get the honor and privilege of being your guide through this journey. Because as you go through understanding the wealth formula, and most importantly, implementing it to your life and your goals for your family, there are quite a few variables in there, and I can show you a lot and help you get everything set up, but I can't do all of it. So I very much view myself as a guide helping you implement this within your financial goals. Now, about me, I have been real estate investing for about 10 years now, but I got into the game of entrepreneurship and investing about 20 years ago. And this was right when I was leaving Virginia Tech as a financial planner. I never went out there and actually got a job as a financial planner, but I've always had that mindset of how to go out there and build long-term wealth. Long story short, the traditional financial planning game of stocks and bonds and Social Security didn't excite me. But as I evolved as a person and did different investments and failed at stock investing like a lot of people, or I should say day trading, I got into real estate. And I realized that there is an incredible amount of knowledge and resources out there to help people go out there and get into the game, go out there and buy properties, which is like such an important step. But that is step one. After you own the property, after years of owning it, after crazy market appreciation, after all these changes, you have to go out there and reevaluate your portfolio, your properties, and you have to use different metrics than what you did to buy it. And that's really where I became obsessed with understanding the real estate game. And that's really what the real estate formula is built around. And so I have that mindset to go out there and learn. I've had the privilege of going out there and having personal mentors and interviewing dozens, actually probably hundreds at this point, like top investors in my local market and also nationally. I've done that through my own podcast, various Bigger Pocket shows. But by using the power of the Bigger Pockets platform, my podcast, I've gotten access to just, A+ very successful mentors that I'll go out there and pick their brains on. So I'm a professional student learning this information for myself so I can go out there and apply it to my own investing. And that turned into me helping my own realtor clients. And now it's turned into creating this software program of Property Llama and also this full education program. Now, I want to make one thing clear on here. I consider myself very much the average investor. I'm busy with my career. I have an amazing family, a wife, 2 daughters, which I just love spending every minute I can to. So, I'm just busy all around. And I'm not some like, I went from, broke and zero to hero to a billionaire in 3 years. No, I work hard. I have a 15, 20-year game plan. I want to go out there and invest smartly. And that is really what this program is designed for people that want to follow a formula and know that it takes time, it takes practice, it takes some adjustments along the way. But if you follow the formula over the next 10 to 20 years, you should have a very high probability of achieving your goals. So all the stuff that I am explaining to you is what I've gone through myself as an investor, and I've taken a lot of black eyes. I've had a lot of wins, a lot of failures. What I've taken thousands of, or I should say, I've taken hundreds of clients through, looking at their transactions, their portfolios, and also learning from some of the top people in the real estate game. So it's my absolute privilege to take all this and be your guide. So the formula is built around 4 main principles. The first is knowledge. You have to understand the game. And that's what this course does right now, the platform you're on. This is going to be that core knowledge that teaches you the financial concepts, how to go out there and analyze properties, your portfolios, and understand what you need to go out there and to implement the formula. Now, the second aspect is the local knowledge, because real estate really is local. One thing that a lot of people don't realize as they get into real estate is that real estate is such an inefficient market. They're used to tech and stocks and crypto and calls and options, where you can go out there and it's just everything's practically instant. You know, real estate is not. Like, it is, number one, very local, and it's just also very inefficient. You have to pick up the phone, you have to call people, you have to wait for voicemail to be returned, you have to figure out a bunch of details. And so I am arming with the knowledge to understand the financial concepts and what you need to know to go out there and actually implement it for your life and your local knowledge. Now, I don't know your market. I don't know, what market you're in. And this is where your team is so important, because it is a team sport. And that is the second part of the formula, is making sure that you build your team. And this is typically centered around like your real estate agent and lender. They usually make like the core of your team, because they know the market, they know the deals, they know how to finance it. And then most people have a bigger team as they start doing more transactions. That could be investment groups, that could be syndicators, that could be investment partners, your CPAs, property managers, and there'll be more and more people on there. So I'm really focused on the core team members that you need that can help you go out there and implement these concepts. Now, usually the agent, the lender, they often have recommendations for a lot of the other local referrals that you need. And as a quick note, please thank whoever invited you to this program. I want you to understand that for people to be able to invite, like an agent or a lender, be able to invite you or an investor to this program, they've had to gone through training, where they've gone through, they invested time, they invested money, and they invested resource go through to actually understand this and be able to be trained up as that local team member on there. So they understand this process, and make sure you tell them thank you. All right. Step number 3, and this is the nucleus. This is the investor dashboard. This is Property Llama. So this is where everything just comes together. And the best way to describe it is to say it's the nucleus and then show you. So I'm not going to go through all the details here, but this is just a snapshot of my portfolio. And I get to come here and see, wow, how's my portfolio performing? What's my valuation? What's my equity? What's my cash flow? How are these metrics? How am I tracking onto my goals here? And I can scroll down and get snapshots of my various properties on here as well. So how's this property doing? How's this property doing? I get all sorts of great data on my portfolio for rents, expenses, loans. I get forecasting data. And then I can also dive into my individual properties. Let's see here. Let's check out this fourplex I own. So then I can click into this property card and then do a deep dive into my individual asset, into my rental property there, and really just do a deep dive in these numbers and not just at the portfolio level. So I can see here and see the main metrics, see how it's performing, see my numbers, get some AI advisor help. I can come here and get the detailed pro formas. I can see how this is on track to help me achieve my goals, what I buy it for. And allows me to run all these what if scenarios. Hey, what if I went out there and bought a new property? How's that going to perform? So I can launch a scenario on here, and in a matter of seconds, Property Llama is going to spit out saying, hey, well, if you did this with this property, here's what it would look like. And this is what really differentiates Property Llama from our tools out there, is that this is more of a financial modeling tool. It helps you understand the concepts of what you could do here. And this is the information that people really don't talk about there, and that I've learned so much and presenting to you in the Formula program. So we can see here, oh, well, if I went out here and I have my current portfolio, I did this, now I can run some comparison scenarios for how that would impact it and how that impact my overall cash flow, my numbers. I won't go through it all right now, of course, but you can see here, it gives me some quick scenarios and tells me, hey, green light, red light, and builds an additional portfolio for me. So this really becomes the dashboard of where you can access everything, you can understand numbers, but most importantly, your team, your spouse, other individuals can also get quick access to help understand what you have going on. All right. And the fourth step is actually having a blueprint. And in my mind, that is having, clearly written goals, clear action items, roadblocks, what you need to do. And that's just taking all this information we'll go through the next couple of weeks and putting to a clear, concise, simple plan. And that'll be done through the Property Llama software. And I want to be very clear on something. Remember, this is a formula. There is no cookie cutter templates here. Rules of thumbs are a lot tougher to do, but there's a couple key variables that we can focus on, and you just got the high level now, but we have to adjust those variables. And that is where the software, the knowledge, your local team comes together to help you understand those variables, and we'll get fine-tuned in the blueprint. So I'm extremely excited to start this journey with you. If you have any questions throughout this, please reach out to me, reach out to the person who invited you. We are excited to dive into this with you. Now, the only item I'd say is to make sure you have the Property Llama account link from your team member. You don't have to go in there and set it up yet. Just make sure you have the link. That way your account is linked to their account. So get on top of that. If you have any troubles, reach out to our team. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.